Hey guys, welcome back. Build a Big with City Skylines, episode 33. I'm Enigmas, and today we're building big. We need to add one of the big, unique buildings to our town. We're just about to hit the next major milestone, which is at 32,000 people. We're at 31,400 and change. So I decided now would be a good time, before we forget, before we build in too much stuff and end up having to bulldoze it, stick in one of the big buildings that costs a lot to run, but makes people happy, increases property value, so we can get this section down here on the beach kind of kick-started, because if you look and see, they all kind of capped out at the medium sort of level. They're not as big as they could be for our beachfront property. So I figured if we could put something down here that would kind of up the leisure value and make them happier, increase the property value, level them up, they would get the bigger buildings, and also it would be a benefit to this area over here, even though we've got parks and things like that. So we're going to set this up while it's paused so that we can just kind of watch what's happening and let things transpire when we hit 32,000 instead of being interrupted by it like we normally are. One thing that I did do in preparation for this is I changed this road from a 4-lane two-way to a 6-lane two-way. I added this road here, which is another 6-lane, and I upgraded this one from 4 lanes to 6 lanes so that we've got reasonable traffic handling coming to and from whatever it is we end up building here. I'm not 100% decided on what we want to build. I think we're going to go with the stadium because it just looks so damn cool. And then we also have the option to put in, where is it? The Opera House, which looks kind of like a football on its own, but we're going to put that on the other beach, I hope. Something like that. So the stadium, which is very expensive, where can we tuck it in here? Oh, we can. But then it would be off the beaten path that we've kind of set up for ourselves, and I don't necessarily want to go that far. So let's put it up here so that it's not as close to the residential stuff in terms of the noise pollution that it's going to generate. And we'll put that down there, and we're looking for the wave of enthusiasm, which just, they didn't care. They didn't care at all. It didn't do too much for the beachfront. It did some. But when we fill in this area in here, this will be kind of impacting it as we go. It's a little bit disappointing, but that's okay. I guess I should have been paying attention to the circle when I was doing it. Now, someone was kind enough to point out after the last episode that I ran the tunnels and I built the station for the metro, but I didn't set up the lines. So I've done that. I've set up the line for the proper kind of metro setup. And that hopefully kind of puts us in a situation where if we could rotate this, is it going to let us rotate it? No. R? No. I would like to be able to rotate this so that it fits properly alongside, or, you know, in the middle of, or something. Maybe what we should do is, I don't want to bulldoze it. Dagnabbit. I think what we'll do is we will put a little bit of a road, just a little feller. We'll make it a nice road, like so, going up that way and around that way, but we're not going to connect up to here because I don't want that intersection right there. We want to kind of keep that intersection limited. Thinking a little bit ahead. I honestly, is it going to make a difference? I don't think it is, but at least we can say we tried. So then we can hook this up to here and to here, and then we can set up a proper line that will go from here. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, okay, I see what you're doing, to here, and we have to find all this stuff here. Here, we want to kind of have a wide-reaching area where this thing can pick up, you know, travelers from, and bring them to the stadium to do whatever we can to maximize the amount of use that it's actually seeing. So that's not too bad. I mean, it could be a lot worse. And now we're just going to make sure that we've got power. Yes, we've got power to our stadium. That was actually a lot quicker and easier than I thought it might be. And the pedestrians are basically right there. So the people that are getting off the metro station, by design, are right beside the stadium. So they should be able to get in there without any difficulty whatsoever. And now that's gonna really beat the crap out of our weekly income, but we can let it go. And hopefully we'll see some upgrades in these guys down here. It's saying it doesn't have power, which is a blatant lie. There we go. And that one has power. So we're almost there, 31,450. And it just kind of stalled. Actually, it's not moving that fast. 3471. Anybody using this yet? Do we have any pedestrians getting off here? Going to the stadium, sporting events. We don't have any teams. There's no reason for anyone to actually go to the stadium to play, but it's there. You know, maybe they'll start up Gladiator games, rename it to the Coliseum. Our own naughty little Bloodsport. Population still on the rise. Income actually wasn't that bad. We lost about 3,000 a week, which is, I guess, to be expected. Traffic around this area so far is okay. It's not fantastic, but it's okay. While we're, see, here I am about to get involved in something when we're 200 people away from the milestone, the 32,000 people milestone. I was thinking of looking, we can look at the bus coverage and see, what have we got? We haven't got any buses heading out this way at all. I think we'll have to, we'll do that behind the scenes. We'll kind of finish setting up the bus routes in here and up here, and then have it all kind of ending up there, so people from this area, and especially down here, there we go, they'll be able to take the bus to the stadium. So from this we get a harbor and a cargo harbor, which will be nice, another plot of land which we'll buy right now, and ships. Unique buildings, we get the nuclear power plant, high water usage. That could be bad news. It could be very bad news. Oh, but we don't get that until 42,000. Okay, so that's the next milestone. Unique building. Do we get anything? No, I don't think we do. Monuments at 75,000. Achievements. So that's 32,000 people. That's not bad. All things considered, for the amount of space that we're actually using. And speaking of space that we're using, yeah, we've got this beach area down here where we will put the opera house at some point, and then we'll have the cargo harbor. Oh, let's do it right here in this bay. I know there's going to be comments about the shape of it, but I'm not allowed to make those comments. People get upset. Here we go. We will buy it for the whopping sum of $12,400. And that still leaves us with 3 more squares that we'll be able to buy as we progress. So, I mean, we're using less than half of the land that we have available to us already, and we're doing not too badly. So, all things considered, we have a lot of space to fill in, and we'll just kind of do that, keeping an eye on the demand and trying to match it as opposed to anticipate it. Because every time I try to anticipate demand, things go sideways, and things don't just, they don't grow as smoothly as they seem to grow when you're kind of responding to it incrementally. We can close this, we can zoom back in. So we can put in our cargo harbor either there or maybe over here somewhere. We've got the highway hookup over here, so that could be handy. We're definitely not putting it here. This is just nasty. It was such a great experiment and had so much potential, and now it's just a great big pool of poo that produces a little bit of power. We'll put in some more bridges. We're gonna focus on this area, I think, for a little while, and also making use of this area up here to expand our industry if we get demand for it, because it's demand for industry or offices, so we can kind of pick and choose based on how we're treating our people and whether or not we're giving them schools. We'll also try and kind of keep an eye on what kind of residential we're placing and where we're placing it, and the commercial as well, so that we don't try and make everything a high-rise in the city, because that kind of makes for bad mojo. Look at this, these people are out of work already. Just because we put in the stadium. I don't know if they're looking for workers because everyone's watching Gladiator sports or what's going on. Regardless, we'll have a plan for the next episode. We'll be expanding, we'll be growing, we'll be doing all kinds of things. Depending on how we're doing financially, we're probably going to put in the cargo harbor somewhere around here. We'll get that up and running and connect it to services and roads, and we'll see what that does for our city. So if you want to be notified when I add that video and future City Skylines and other game videos, you can always subscribe to my channel and or follow me on social media. Links for social media are always in the information box below the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave your comments and feedback, and take care.